Assalamu alaikum. Today on Northern Academy, we discuss the ethics of a new science, synthetic biology. If you benefit, please support by subscribing and sharing as a sadaqah.
So let's just dive right in with a really big question, something this whole new field forces us to think about. What if life didn't just happen in nature?
And then, what if cells, the basic building blocks of everything alive, weren't just something we discovered, but something we could actually design?
So when we, as humans, start designing life, well, where does creation truly belong? See, for the first time in all of human history, we're not just reading the book of life, we're actually trying to write new chapters in it. And that one thought, wow, it challenges pretty much everything we know about science, about our faith, about our very place in the universe.
So, how do we even begin to answer that? Well, it all starts with understanding this incredible new field called synthetic biology. The simplest way to think about it is this. It takes the rules of engineering, designing, building, and testing things, and applies them directly to biology. It's like treating DNA as software code and a cell as a tiny programmable computer.
And this right here, this is the huge shift in thinking that's going on. For centuries, biology was all about looking at something and asking, okay, what does this thing do? But synthetic biology just completely flips that on its head. Now the question is, what do we want it to do? It's a total game changer. We're moving from just observing what nature has made to actually telling nature what to become.
And look, this isn't some far-off sci-fi idea. This is happening today. We're talking about artificial bacteria that can produce medicine inside your body, or engineered microbes that literally eat pollution. We've even got cells being programmed to hunt down diseases. I mean, this stuff is happening in labs at places like MIT right now.
So it all boils down to this. We are moving from reading life to writing it. We're going from just decoding the blueprint to actively rewriting it with totally new instructions.
But with all this incredible power, you have to ask, how does this fit with our faith? Where does Islam guide us on this? Well, the guidance is actually incredibly clear and profound. The Quran gives us the ultimate truth about all of existence in one powerful verse. Allah is the creator of all things. And that one statement, it clarifies our role perfectly. See, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He creates from nothing. Khalaq. That is His act alone. Our act, as human beings, we can only work with what He has already created. We rearrange it, we engineer it. We're not creators, we're designers. And getting this distinction right, that is the absolute foundation for an Islamic approach to all of this technology. So our framework is really built on two pillars. First, there's ilm, knowledge. Islam absolutely encourages us to learn, to explore, to understand the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the world around us. But, and this is so important, that pursuit of knowledge is always balanced by the second pillar, amana, or trust. This knowledge isn't ours to do whatever we want with. It's a huge responsibility, a sacred trust that we have to guard with humility. This way of thinking isn't something new we just came up with. It's an inheritance passed down from our great scholars. When they studied the world, their goal wasn't to conquer or exploit it. It was to stand in awe of the Creator's design and to protect creation as a sacred amana. And that legacy, that humility, forces us to ask some really tough questions now. Like, who gets to decide which life forms should exist? When you can literally design a new organism from scratch, who makes that call? And what about the unintended consequences? Can we really design new organisms without causing some kind of harm we didn't expect? Ecosystems are so finely balanced. One tiny change here could cause a huge problem over there. Are we really ready to take on that kind of responsibility? Which brings us to probably the most important question of all. What happens when profit and ambition start moving faster than ethics and wisdom? It leads us to a simple but crucial rule. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. Power without wisdom is a dangerous thing.
So this is really a direct message to the Muslim bioengineers, the students, the researchers out there. Your faith, it's not a barrier in this field. It's the opposite. It is your compass.
Right now, the Ummah desperately needs you. We need biologists who have taqwa, that deep God consciousness. We need innovators who truly protect the dignity of life. We need leaders who always ask, should we, long before they ask, can we? We need you to be the ethical guardians for the future of biology. Because if we're not in the room where these decisions are being made, you can be sure that someone else will be.
Think about it. Our ancestors, guided by their faith, they literally changed the world. So if they changed the world then, what will you build now? The power is in your hands. The responsibility and the amazing opportunity is on your shoulders. The question is no longer if you can build a new world, it's what kind of world you will choose to build. Presented and created by Neuron Studio.